Hello, and welcome back to Final Show Films. I am Zen, your executive producer here, and I want to thank you all for tuning in. I particularly want to thank our $25 tier supporters over at our Patreon page at patreon.com/fsfilms. Those being Jeremy Alexander, Samantha Bates, and Al, without whom we won't be able to do nearly as much as we do now. So, thank you very much for your support over the years. And those of you that are watching live, please sit back, relax, and enjoy. And we're live. Hello,
Undead.
and welcome back to Vampire of the Dark Ages. I am Sen, your storyteller for the evening, and I am joined this week by Sally.
Hi, I'm Sally. I'm playing Nina Voiceovich, the Tremere.
And Jack.
Hi, I'm Jack. I'm playing Hyacinthos, the ancient twink.
And Jeremy.
Hi, I'm Jeremy. I am the drama. I am playing Anais, who is a follower of Set.
And Holly.
Hi, I'm Holly. I'm everyone's least favorite character. Luciana
That is not true.
That is not true.
Not incorrect.
I'm the
That-
one everyone hates.
That is
In
That is
character,
not
maybe
true.
because you're technically the boss, and thus we hate you.
yeah, in
This is
character.
right and
That
proper.
is not true because Shawnee's character exists.
I mean, in character, that's not even true for my character. She just finds you kind of annoying and stuck up.
No, I meant your character is my character's least favorite character.
I'm saying for my character, my character doesn't even hate Holly's character that
I
much.
didn't
She
mean
finds
for
her
it to
annoying.
go on like this.
No, this is good.
This is
We're
beautiful.
helping the new viewers figure out the relationship diagram.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
Turn in your homework at the end of the session. And
I'm a Lysambra something.
See, the problem is it's a diagram, so someone's got to get murdered first.
all of you have already died. And Mara.
Hi, I'm Mara. I'm playing Sabina DeForley, who is a Shamasai.
And Shawnee.
Hi, I am Shani or William. I am playing Kara Valkyria, an Ottoman bad omen.
You're not in the show with David Tennant.
That's good omens.
Oh yeah, that's right.
This
Anyways,
is the opposite.
when last we left off, our main almost stepped into some napalm, and Luciana is waiting for her turn to talk. So,
Yep, that covers everything.
Yeah, sure. That's
Wow.
everything.
Nothing else happened.
A rich tapestry of intrigue and politics going on, but that covers everything.
You see,
Important.
new viewers, you get to find out the relationship diagram, but you don't get to find out anything else.
Yeah.
Go!
pick one.
You don't get to find out how we got there.
Here are three options. You can only have one.
You either get relationships or you get plot. You do not get both.
We do not get the moment of Luciana, the record scratch and freeze. You're probably wondering how I
Right.
ended up in this position.
Mhm.
We'll go back in the middle of.
Too
So,
bad
yeah,
you don't
so
get to know.
the coterie went to after evading some Knights Templar. The coterie went to Elysium to see if they could get some additional information. And while there, several members of the party had different reactions to the fact that Elysium was in a replica of
St. Peter's Basilica.
St. Peter's Basilica. I was about to say St. Paul's. I was like, that's not right.
Nope, wrong city.
Yeah. St. Peter's Basilica, situated underneath it, dedicated to vampire Jesus Cain. And my brain has just completely shut down. Anais reported to her sire / mistress, Lucrezia Borgia, the harpy of Rome. We met the keeper of Elysium, Lucrezia's mother, who is a name. Hang on, I put it in the notes document for you all, or in the Roman Vampire Court.
Lucretia?
Venosa de Gatane, Lucrezia's mother, is the keeper of Elysium, and also one other individual. Vina determined the location of a Tremere chantry through many minutes worth of circular talk that nobody can understand, except for the
To
Tremere.
be clear, by the way, mother, not sire. Two separate things.
Yes, mother, not sire. Because they are two different vampire clans.
Yep.
Two very different vampire clans. Guess that's how the Borgias roll. And then, having gotten bored with not being the center of attention, Kara left Elysium and almost walked into a trap, if not having been stopped by an apparent Malkavian who introduced himself as Kalanikos. I know you were.
I always love how you always have the worst read of my character's intentions.
What about my delivery there made you think I was serious about that statement? I think that's everything relevant. Anais and Sabina are currently following after Kara. Hyacinthos is staying in Elysium. Luciana is waiting her turn to step up and talk to the Harpy. And Vina is still in the middle of the Tremere circle jerk. And that's where I pick up. More specifically, in Elysium. Luciana. It's been a few minutes, and you see that.
Hold on.
Yes, check.
Oh, Hyacinth was going to go interact with her first.
Okay. So. Yeah, no, there can be time for that beforehand. Yeah, go
ahead. Hyacinth is going to sneak up behind you and just put his hand on your back between your shoulder blades and say, "Oh, I noticed Anais left. I would hate for you to feel all on your own."
Her body flinches for a minute when she feels your hand on her back.
For a whole minute.
Let me
That's a
offer
long flinch.
to be your accompaniment when they finally get around to you.
Sure, that would be great. Thank you.
That's the gist of it.
All right. So yeah, shortly thereafter, Luciana, the crowd up, the people that are up there with the Harpy and the Keeper sort of disperse, and the Keeper, again, this tall, well built, olive skin toned woman with dark hair, just scans across the room, locks eyes with you, and just tilts her head, an indication for you to come up.
Mm-hmm. Luciana will start going up. Is Hyacinthos coming with?
Hyacinth is on her tail.
I'm sorry, is it Hyacinth or Hyacinthos?
Both.
Yes.
Either one.
Okay. Sorry, I always am afraid I'm saying it incorrectly.
Hyacinthos is the original Greek name. Hyacinth is the anglicization to make it more palatable to the ears of the people around.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Exactly.
I pick one and go for it.
So yes, you step up on the dais, and
Yes.
the Keeper.
Nice.
Deus Vult.
Different thing.
And the Keeper looks at you. Welcome to Elysium, Luciana. What can we help you with?
What would the proper greeting be?
Sort of a curtsy or a bow.
Okay.
And you refer to her as Keeper.
Okay. Then yes, Luciana will curtsy.
Hyacinth will bow.
Thank you so much for your time, Keeper. I was hoping that perhaps myself and maybe my group could look at the bones of those who were slain.
Make a just really quick. Make a wits politics check, difficulty 3.
I have politics. Oh, thank goodness. Yes, I took politics. Okay. Okay, what's the diff on this?
3.
3. Okay. And you said wits?
Wits and politics.
Politics.
Yep. Where? There it is. One success.
Wow. One's all you needed. You should probably more thoroughly explain what you're talking about, because she is not somebody who has talked to you about this before, and the bones of the dead could be literally anything.
Gotcha. Yes. The other Borgias who were recently left in the sunlight and killed and staked.
And for what purpose would you and yours want to see the bones?
We are currently on a mission for, I'm forgetting what I'm supposed to call him. The
Practice.
The Prefectus.
Prefectus? Yes, sorry. We are currently on a mission for the Prefectus to investigate this. Well, the investigation is part of our mission. We're trying to figure out what happened.
Well, they are currently being taken care of by the members of the Prefectus's family. And because she said Prefectus's family and not Borgia's, you know she's referring to the Cappadocians.
Okay.
My erstwhile kin are not ones that like to be dropped in on unannounced, however. Is there any of that bloodline amongst your entourage?
No, we have no
My mind
Cappadocian.
is blanking. Okay. No, I'm afraid not.
You can tell you can tell that, without having to roll, that she is trying to figure out the nicest way to say something. What is it that you're hoping to achieve from examining the bones?
More information, mainly.
What was it that we were trying to get?
I'm trying to remember. I feel like it was more information on exactly what had happened.
I'm legitimately trying to remember because I know that there was absolutely a reason.
Yeah.
We
And it was
thought
more
that
than just we want to see them.
From my
Yeah.
from my recollection as a storyteller, and this might be incorrect, but what it felt like was, oh well, we should go look at the bones, and there wasn't really a driving point behind it.
That was kind of what I felt too, and Kara was just like, "Let's see where they're going with this."
Yeah.
I'm certain that there was something
I
more
thought there
said
was
than that.
I feel like it was we are not getting enough information at the site of where the bodies were left, and maybe the bones can give us more information.
Yeah, it was kind of the vibe.
Correct.
The
We don't
bones are the next
necessarily
lead.
look. None of us are doctors.
Well, there's-
in character that we know of that have provided said information.
Sabina has said this.
Yeah.
Said what?
That she's a
Yeah,
Said
doctor.
she
Sabina's
has
a
medical
doctor.
training.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And she wanders around with a medical bag.
Uh-huh.
Hyacinthos would like to interrupt.
Mhm.
If they are busy, perchance we could have a meeting with them once they have finished their work.
Give me a charisma and politics roll. I get this.
All right.
Diff 6.
Politics.
I remember what Ananias's specific reasoning was, which legitimately was not said. Other than a general, there might be more to be learned from the bones.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's why I said from my perspective, because I
Yes.
assumed there were things people were thinking about that wasn't being voiced out loud. Because
Yes.
that's how we tend to play.
But at
Out
least
of
somebody
character,
remembers what those were
legitimately, the
now.
reason is supernatural awareness, and if there was some kind of discipline, thaumaturgical, something like that use.
Mm.
True faith, anything like that.
Yeah, fair.
If there was
But yeah,
magic
that-
used on them, it might be left residue on the bones. Yeah.
Correct. But Anais did not specify that because she is underplaying how supernaturally aware she is.
Hyacinth's thinking is that if the Cappadocians are going to examine it instead, we can just find out what they find out.
1 second. I'm just looking at something real quick. Yeah, 1 success. Okay, that's good. Good for you. Good. That's not being sarcastic. Legitimately good for you. Because you sort of, like you said, interrupted. There it is. That's what I'm looking for. So yeah, you sort of interject, and the eyes that have been looking at Luciana like sort of roll over towards you without the face moving. And then they look back at Luciana. Once my kin finish with their report and finish extracting what information they can, we will send information to you, if that will work, Luciana.
Sorry, I'm trying to figure out what to ask at this moment. Okay. Out of character. Can I try to get some sort of read on her on if pressing this issue of us actually viewing the bones further, would that be, I'm just trying to get an idea.
Sure.
Would that be a bad idea? Would that offend her if I
give
tried
me
to press this further?
intelligence and politics?
Intelligence.
How much goodwill is that going to use up? And
Um,
is it worth it?
Important
the-
question.
What's the difficulty on
Oh,
this?
yeah.
It'll be diff 5.
Okay. 3 successes.
There you go.
Okay. So, what you're getting is that with 3 successes, what you're getting is the Cappadocians don't like giving people their toys. And what you're asking is functionally, hey, can I go into wherever the Cappadocians keep all their corpses and talk to one?
Mm-hmm.
Which she is very deftly, as the Keeper of Elysium, working to find you a middle ground from your request to something that's actually reasonable. And that is what she's offered you, is
Okay.
to actually get you the information you're looking for, but not the thing you were looking for, which was access to the bones.
Okay.
You could theoretically push it, but you are not of what do you have any dots in status?
Yes, I do.
How many dots?
I'm trying. Hold on. Let me find it.
Hmm?
No, I don't in status. I do in influence.
Let me double check real quick. See if I
Influence is more among mortal society
Okay, gotcha.
than
status is your status within the vampire city. Yeah, you're not of a sufficient status to really you could push, and if you have a good reason, and if you had a Cappadocian in your ranks, pushing
Mhm.
might be successful, but you are not really of a rank that you can afford to look a gift horse in the mouth, as it were.
Right.
If I can, I know we're kind of metaing this
Sure, go
right
ahead.
now, but if I can suggest potentially something that might occur to Luciana, which is if we cannot just go in and have carte blanche examination of the bones, accompanied access.
Well, I assumed that
Like
was all we
soup-
were going to get if we got that far.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
you aim for the moon, and that's where I was always aiming, anyways. This would be
I
the
feel like that's
this
where
would be
we
the
were
potential
like
aiming
that's
to
gonna
start
be-
with.
I feel like that's going to be just too much to ask for at this point. No.
Fine, we'll steal the bones later. Oh,
Well, that's going to be a later conversation between Anais and Luciana.
I mean, if it happens, I think you would think it's funny. We're gonna have a conversation about it. I'm not just gonna go do it.
Sorry. Yeah, Luciana will just nod her head and say, "Thank you. That would be very much appreciated."
Yeah. So, mechanically, by the way, for your notification, so 1 dot of status makes you a recognized neonate.
I should
Without
have
a
taken
dot,
status.
without
I
a
think I
dot
can
of
teach that
status,
in influence.
without a dot of status, I mean, honestly, influence makes more sense because you're sort of riding on the Borgia name, which has a lot of influence in the human world. But without a dot of status, you're riding on your name basically, which is the equivalent would be the equivalent of, not to say that you are like this person, but it's sort of the gist that I'm going with. Donald Trump Jr. walking up to Interpol, and going, "Hey, let me in."
You know who I am?
Gotcha.
That's functionally what's happening here.
You don't have the functional rank even if you have a recognizable name.
Yes.
The chat that I have to ask now: are we talking 2016 or 2024? Because I feel like you can unfortunately get away with a lot more right now.
In America, sure, not at Interpol. And also, I mean, either one, because he's junior, not.
Listen, at this point, that might make him NSA chief. By the time we get done with this shit.
Fair. Anyways, that will be 2025, anyways, for the record.
Okay, fair enough.
But yeah, so. So she has offered to provide you information after the fact.
Yes, yeah, and Luciana said, "Yeah, thank you very much. That would be very much appreciated."
Is there anything else?
I don't believe so. Do you have any idea of when you would have the information?
That's going to be up to my kin, unfortunately.
All right. Do you know how to contact me?
Dumb question.
Yes.
Thank you.
Does the Keeper of Elysium with the Mother of the Harpy know how to
Sorry.
find
No,
I'm sorry. As a
No, you're
player, I
good.
didn't
You're
know.
here.
Okay.
you're good.
You're
You're
good.
good.
The keeper.
Okay.
Sorry, what was that, Jack?
Hyacinth is going to lean in and whisper in your ear that she's the keeper. She's got this handled.
All right. Then yes, she will say thank you again and leave.
Are you leaving Elysium
Oh.
entirely, or just the ass?
She's going to find Anais.
They're leaving Elysium entirely.
outside
Yeah, yeah.
Elysium.
Vina,
Hyacinth will do a little bow before following.
what you doing, Vina?
I think Vina's going to at least try and talk to some of these Tremere to see how they would feel about potentially showing her the chantry.
Well, you were given directions.
Well, yeah, that's right. Actually, I think she's probably gonna leave.
Just heading straight there.
Yeah, probably.
All right. So the last group of people within Elysium climb the stairs and leave, though at different speeds and in different directions. Kara and Anais and Sabina. You have Anais and Sabina. You have just caught up to Kara, who was stopped and talking.
Who is currently in the middle of a conversation with a Malkavian.
With an individual that seems slightly off. Whether or not he is a Malkavian, you're not sure, but you can assume.
I'm invisible.
Yes.
Yes. I'm at the mouth of the alley, I think is where we're arranged.
Yeah, and I believe that what's his name? Kalinikos specifically called you out as being present.
Yes, correct. She's just watching now to see what you do now.
Kara sort of looks over her shoulder. I am intrigued by who would put such chemicals to use in the middle of the city. And for what purpose?
Is there more than one purpose for a trap?
Usually, yes.
Surely it's to trap things.
Well, the purpose of a trap has many means. Is it the person that the creature you aim to trap is one thing, but also the ones that you wish to send a message to outside of the trap are another.
Fact remains, though, purpose in both cases is still to be a trap.
This is a fair assessment. Though I'm more curious as to its grander design.
It doesn't smell like gunpowder.
And whether or not more drastic measures will be taken if it does not go off.
It would not smell like gunpowder, no. And I find that traps often tend to be meant to catch something specific. So, increasing a level of drastic measures in response would be odd. It would be an odd use of a trap. If your bear trap doesn't catch a bear, you don't immediately set the forest on fire.
It depends on how desperate you are for the bear.
This is not in character, but you don't.
He said
I guess I should say it's not externally spoken. It's in character.
He said you. He didn't say him.
Her line was, that depends on how desperate you are for the bear.
He just shrugs.
Did you happen to see who set this trap in place?
Well, if I had seen it being set in place, then I probably would have done something about it. Although I can't guarantee that I would have.
And this is a fair assessment, but in my experience in this city, it is difficult to assume that one would have done what one would expect one to do.
Yeah, all of one day.
What was that, Mara?
This is quiet enough that no one else is gonna hear it, but yeah, all of one day.
I am literally like 4 inches
beautiful.
from you.
Okay, you hear that? No one else hears it.
To be fair, nothing has dissuaded that point in the day that she's been here.
Sure.
Well, if you're very interested in it, I'm sure you could walk on down, and they would be happy to talk to you.
Somehow I doubt that.
I guess "at you" should have been the better phrase.
That one I would
The
more
trap is a
believe.
person?
Traps are often set by people. I've yet to find a trap that is set itself. Interesting.
Kara looks around. Does she see any animals nearby?
You're in the middle of a city.
Yes,
Yes.
that doesn't mean there aren't animals.
You're in the middle of a
No,
city.
that doesn't mean that almost certainly means there are rats.
Pest animals.
Yep.
Like
Rats, occasionally a cat, sometimes a
specific
dog.
specific kind of animal, or just any at all.
Any animal.
Yes, there are. They're keeping a distance because there are 4 vampires in the alley, even though 3 of you are only aware of 3.
Mhm.
But there are birds and the occasional scurrying rat.
You would like to try and lock eyes with a bird and initiate her ability to speak with animals.
Just roll me a animalkin and manipulation to see if
Please,
you can
indeed.
get a bird to lock eyes with you. Diff 6.
That's my role for trying to command animals with Whispers of the Wild anyway. Success.
And also, let me check something here.
You'd be looking in powers if you're looking for Whispers of the Wild.
Nope, I was looking at your flaws. Okay. With 1, there is a crow nearby that happily locks eyes with you. It has too many eyes, but it locks eyes with you.
Ah, there you are again. She'll say in crow speak.
Uh, so that was just to see if you could lock eyes with 1. You still have to activate the gift.
Activating it is just locking eyes with it.
Oh, well, cool. There you go.
It has no cost other than locking eyes.
Well, there you go. Looks at you.
Commanding requires a roll.
Okay,
but-
that's
Yeah.
it. Looks at you. I'm always here, whether or not you can see.
Would you be willing to do me a favor?
What would I get in return?
What would you ask in return?
Oh, a great many things. A
Let's lay
favor.
the ground rules. All I am asking is that you might use your wings and keen eyes to tell me the details of the trap set ahead and who has laid it.
Oh, is that all? He
No
says
great
with the
favor.
air of someone that says that's asking quite a lot.
For one such as you, that is no great task.
For once, just me. But for once, it's you. It's a very large task.
And what would you ask in return?
A favor owed.
You know I am loath to take deals without specifics, especially in your case.
Oh, I know. If it was such a great task, I would not ask.
I will allow a favor within reason.
And by whose reason would you set?
Mine.
It cleans itself slightly. I can work with that. Go ahead and following that exchange,
question on like overhearing whispers of the wild, because I have that same gift. I don't know if I understand what that exchange was and what's happening.
No, because you're not.
I'm assuming
you're
I'm too
not
far away to see
engaging
the
with
extra eyes, but okay.
You're not engaging with the animal, so you wouldn't be part of the conversation.
Okay. All right, but I do see like talking to a crow.
Yeah, you do see
Okay.
Kara like looking at a crow very distinctly and
Got
muttering.
it. Okay. Okay. Cool.
So, with that exchange, go ahead and bump your demon hounded flaw up to 2. And the bird takes off.
Toward the
It just
danger
takes
end of the
it is
alley.
impossible to see where it goes as soon as it takes
Okay.
off. It is too dark.
All right,
outside.
cool.
It's a black crow at night. You
It's
can't
Okay.
crow
tell
at night.
when it leaves.
All right.
The
Great.
Moldavian scratches his head. Well, that's an odd source of conversation.
He makes himself known from time to time.
I wouldn't doubt it, given his nature.
Does the crow have a name?
Not that I've ever heard. I've taken to calling him Misfortune.
He wouldn't give you one if you asked.
Are you done out here?
For now, I think, until Misfortune comes to knock again. Why? Did you have a particular place you needed to be?
No, the rest of the coterie is back.
Back where?
Back at Elysium. Which you left.
I did. It was boring.
How much of I don't think I know anything about Kara, right? Like I know like nothing
Yeah,
ever
you probably don't know
about
that,
anything.
yeah.
Okay, good,
You've heard,
good.
you know what you've overheard in conversation over the past day.
Okay, cool. So are you coming back now?
Back to Elysium? I don't think so.
Then where are you gonna go?
It's a good question. I have not had my entire fill of blood. I may go hunting.
All right.
More often than not, I see where the winds of fate will lead me.
Yes, but we have a job to do.
You have a job to do. And your compatriots have a desire to steer my aim towards a specific target, which rarely goes the way that anyone wishes it would.
What are you?
I am Kara Valkyria. I am the end of lines.
Now disembarking, the end of the line.
That's a dramatic name.
There are dramatic people, says the other person, staring at the sky still.
The story of the Valkyria is a dramatic one. I shall tell you one day if you have the ears to listen.
Interestingly, says Kalanikas, lines most often end when they're alone.
Yes. We are vulnerable right here. So you're going to just head off? Do you want me to let Vina know where you've gone to, or is she going to be able to find you again?
Vina knows well how to find me. If you wish to tell her that I have gone out to hunt, I will not impede you.
All right.
Anything happening
You
with
have
you
What
a
and
is-
Riot?
question. You have a question you
oh.
wish to ask. You have a
Yes.
question you wish to ask.
What does ending of lines entail?
To tell you the truth, it has been different over time. But to make a very long story significantly shorter, when I was embraced, my sire gave me a prophecy that I would be the end of lines, that I bring to Valhalla, and that those I bring to Valhalla and to Folkvanga will be branches ended, lineages finalized, the ending seal of legacy. I will sire no child, answer to no ruler, and leave only the blessing of Freya and the Valkyria in memory.
I didn't know 5 to 10 of those words. That sounds lonely.
At times it is. And at times I journey with a companion such as Vina. And that makes the road less lonely.
You listen to her.
She listens to me. She wishes to hear and to understand.
Anais, anything significant reacting from you right now?
Absolutely nothing.
Cool.
There is no movement, anything other than keeping clearly out of people's way so
Yeah.
people don't accidentally bump into me
Mhm.
to indicate that I am here.
Gotcha.
How long have you since you were embraced?
Calendars of the Gregorians are awkward, but in years as in years as determined by the church, over 6.5 centuries.
Okay.
That's a number.
You're All right. Goodbye.
If you have more questions, feel free to ask.
I have a lot of questions. You do not seem like you understand what it is to be human anymore. So I'm not sure how much help you'd be for me.
That depends. At times, I feel that others give up their humanity far more freely than I.
Says the person that refers to herself as a Valkyrie.
Yeah.
That's what she is.
Valkyries aren't human.
Who were you
Valkyries
before?
aren't human. Give their humanity more freely
The
than I. She's
level
Valkyrie.
of cognitive dissonance that was going across Sen's face in that moment.
In life, I was a daughter of a King Halfdan, one of many that history tends to mix together. Of the Danes. I rode to Vikingur with Ragnar Lothbrok and made the fields of England my prey.
I don't know any of those names, and if they were 6 centuries ago, they are not important anymore. This makes more sense now. Okay. It was
Not to the modern knights, no.
nice talking to you, milady. I'll leave you to it and let
Please,
Vina know.
you need no fancy titles around me. My deeds and my names are born of history and execution, not of noble birth.
What was the last bit of that? It trailed off at the end. I couldn't hear it.
Yeah. My deeds and names are born of history and execution, not of noble birth.
Yeah, right. Goodbye. Just gonna turn to go.
Enjoy your night.
And Sabina is heading back to Elysium quickly and carefully.
All right.
Ara might have been born a daughter of a king, but she didn't care at that part.
Sure.
Privilege.
Sabina does not believe this.
Yeah, that is the most privileged bullshit I've heard a vampire say in quite some time.
Yeah.
Fair. But she's honest about it.
Anyways, what's Anais doing? Sorry, what's Kara doing next?
Yeah, that
I know
depends on
what
what
Anais
Kara's doing.
Yeah.
Kara's going to avoid the napalm trap and see if she can find some food. Because she's still down a bit of blood.
I mean, there are two free points of blood back at the.
I already took those.
Oh, yeah,
I can't take more than 2.
that's right. So yeah, nice. You continuing to follow Kara?
I am in my head. I am Richard Attenborough talking about the
Beautiful.
the wild loner vampire hunting in its natural environment.
This is not Kara's natural environment.
Yeah.
And yet,
Let a joke breathe. Jesus.
I refuse.
But yes, I am following.
All right. Meanwhile,
We're gonna be so frustrating for another character.
Fina's gone off in one direction. Hyacinthus and Luciana,
I'm
you
sorry.
exit out of Elysium to find Sabina returning towards Elysium. Sabina, you see Luciana and Hyacinthus coming out of Elysium.
Kara has gone off hunting. She said that Vina would know how to find her again, but there's a trap at the end of an alley. It smells kind of like the gunpowder, but not quite the same. There's a Malkavian, or no, I would not know that word. There's another strange vampire who warned her off when she approached. She was talking to a raven or a crow.
Where's Anais?
I didn't see her.
Okay.
Sorry.
No,
it was
no,
just
not your
me
fault,
and
no.
her and the other. I don't think that was Anais. is talking very strangely, not like Anais at all. But
Perhaps it would be best to split for the night, since we are waiting on our next move anyway.
That sounds fine. I mean, the others have already done that, so. Sounds fine. I'm gonna try to find Anais. She says through gritted teeth.
I don't have anywhere else to be. Do you want to be alone or
If you wish to come, you are welcome. I would like to find her.
all right? Let's
When
give
I
it.
do find her, though, I need to have some private words with her.
Of course.
Watching Jeremy's reaction.
Are you continuing to follow along, Hykentos?
No, I'll let them head out. I've got my own business to attend to.
All right.
Goodbye. Gonna wave.
Have a good evening. Sana will say, and thank you for your help back there.
He nods.
All right. So we've got Kara's gone hunting. Anais is following Kara. Iakintos is going off to do his own thing. Vena's going off to do her own thing. And then Luciana and Sabina are hunting Anais.
Yes.
Vena,
Yeah.
are you just heading straight to the chantry?
Yeah.
All right. So,
Beat up.
you were told to go to the Tempietto at San Pietro in Montorio and ask for Mercurius.
Mhm.
Asking around is pretty easy to get directions. People that are still awake right now, it's a recognizable landmark. And so you had basically the other side of the city on this side of the river from where you were until you find San Pietro, which is... a large, fairly blocky construction. San Pietro in Montorio, which translates to Saint Peter on the Gold Mountain. That largely just built around this internal shrine. It is always open. As you enter into the church, you see... no, it's not there yet. This is before Raphael painted the Transfiguration there. I don't know what you would see there, actually, now that I think about it. It's the only thing I can think of. That's the only defining characteristic other than the Tempietto that I can think of. Anyway, well, you see a church. A Renaissance era church. It's not very busy. Very few people milling about, but there is clear open pathways to get into the central courtyard where this small, like, sort of circular, cylindrical building stands. Go ahead and give me a Wits and Enigmas, difficulty 5. With one success. You walk up to it and you try the door, because there is a door in this temple, but it doesn't move. It doesn't budge. It's closed. It's locked. And you're thinking about it for a second, and it does occur to you that you weren't told to go inside. You just said to go to it, and ask for Mercurius.
Yeah, she's just going to place a hand on the door and say, I would like to speak to Mercurius, please.
There is a clicking sound and a sound you are unfamiliar with. Go ahead and give me a intelligence and academics difficulty 7. Successes.
Nice.
6 successes.
What's your intelligence specialty?
Um. Oh, I don't think I've ever
Was it
set
math?
one. It was math.
Technically, this would. I think technically this would count as math. Actually, now that I think about it, or at least I'll give you 1 extra because it's not specifically math, but it's related.
I mean, ultimately, what isn't math related? But
fair.
There.
This is more closely because it's
Right.
it's a sound you're not familiar with, except that you have heard it a couple of times in Rome. The sound of clockwork. Lots of small metal gears clicking together. The sort of off tone ticking back and forth sort of echoes for a moment, and then there is a click as it all finalizes and stops. Make a I need you to make a wits and alertness difficulty 7.
One success.
With 1 success, you notice just too late that the stone slabs beneath your feet vanish and you drop.
Uh-oh.
You don't know what you're
Make a new character.
You don't know necessarily what you're expecting, but you don't hit anything. There's no solid stone. There's no spikes. There's nothing of impact. You drop as soon as all vestiges of light leave your eyes.
Mm-hmm.
You feel yourself settle on something comfortable, and you blink a few times, and a dim glow suffuses the area, and you find that you are sitting on a chase lounge in the midst of what seems to be like some sort of waiting room. No windows, but there is plenty of artwork on the walls, all of which seems to be depicting classical Greek mythology and events. Give me a wits or perception and enigmas this time, actually. Diff 6.
Diff 6. 5 successes.
5 successes. Looking around, you realize that all of these paintings are slightly off. They're all paintings of various aspects of mythology. Specifically, these were going to be. These are all about. Yeah. These are all depictions of Dionysus in various situations and settings, but slightly wrong. Whenever he is depicted with wine, the wine is red. And
Question.
Mhm.
Dionysos is the Greek. Are we talking Dionysos or Bacchus, who is the Roman?
Dionysus specifically, because the Greco-Roman mysteries were in Rome but focused on the Greek mythologies.
Yeah, absolutely. I was just curious whether they're going for the Greek or the Roman angle.
Yeah. The wine that, into your mind, as you're recalling, typically would be depicted as either like a blue or a purple color, is depicted as red. And while there isn't a lot of smiling teeth in these, you do occasionally spot a fang that probably shouldn't be there. As you realize that these are all effectively paintings that seem to be describing Dionysus as a vampire rather than as a god. There's no other activity in this
Interesting.
room. There's no doors as far as you can tell. There are these paintings, and there are several pedestals that have a variety of sort of like ornamentation on them, and not much else in the room other than you and the Chase Lounge.
I mean, she'll look around at everything, investigate, and I guess just sit and wait.
Right? Go and give me another perception and enigmas. Diff 6.
3.
3 successes. Looking around, waiting. You're not certain how anybody's gonna come in here because there's no door.
Mm-hmm.
You look up at the ceiling. There's no hole that you fell through. You're pretty certain you're supposed to get out of this somehow, but you're not sure. This is most likely a test.
Um, are any of the pedestals empty?
No.
Okay.
You can either try something on your own, or you can make an intelligence and enigmas roll to 7.
I think the first thing she's gonna do is she's gonna walk to one of the pictures of Dionysus and slide her hand up her staff and just slit her thumb open on one of her charms and just place a thumbprint of blood directly on where the chalice of wine, where the wine would be featured.
You slit your thumb, put a bit of blood on the chalice. You watch as the blood soaks into the painting. Spend 1 point of blood.
Mhm.
The blood soaks into the painting, and you watch as the chalice, which was empty, fills in the painting. And you look around. There are no other chalices in the paintings, but that is a reaction. So you're on the right track.
I'm gonna take a look real quick at. I need to have this book. I don't have the book open. I'm looking at a thaumaturgy ritual.
Okay. Is it one that you know or one that you want?
Well, the one she wants, there is one that she's wanting, but I'm gonna activate. I think she's gonna activate one of her levels of Potetus or Potestas Vitae.
Power of the blood. Yep.
Mhm.
Which level?
Never mind. We don't have high enough for really using anything out of that one. Because we only have one dot in it.
Yeah.
Um.
The only blood in the room is your own, currently.
Mhm.
I brought a friend.
Nah.
Know someone who knows a thing or two about Dionysus.
I do know someone who knows a thing or two about Dionysus, but I can't get to Hyakintos.
Nope,
We
you're
ca-
stuck in a room.
Phone a friend is not an option right
No.
now.
No, no.
Won't be for some years.
Yeah, I'll take the assist with a roll.
All right. Good. Intelligence and enigmas.
Difficulty
6. Sorry, 7.
7's the 3 successes.
3 successes. All right. Wine, goblet, blood, drinking. Looking around, you see there's sort of a pattern. Like these are all of the art is describing different events in Dionysus' history, in different ways. There's him participating in some level of bacchanalia. There's also him being captured and tied up, and there is just various different scenes. And you sort of go through each of them, and you spot little bits of each that could theoretically be finished. They're all situations in progress. And you just go instinctively, you just go over to the one that has Dionysus being captured by pirates, and you just stick your thumb, your nail, just into the painting, into the face of one of the pirates. Pull your thumb back out, and you watch as you didn't actually puncture the painting, but the painting shifts to something having been shot into that pirate's throat from seemingly the perspective of the painter. You move to the next one, and you adjust the painting similarly. Go around the room, and once you've modified each painting, you only had to spend the blood once for the one painting.
Okay.
But once you've modified each painting in some significant way, there's the sound of more clockwork. And when it finishes, one of the walls just slides open, revealing a passageway.
She'll go down it.
Going down the passageway doesn't take very long. It's just a single set of stairs. It leads you to another door that opens before you get to it, and inside you find a larger room. This seems more like a study. Bookshelves lined with various different kinds of books and scrolls, and like a large desk in the middle of the room with papers and ink and quill, and sitting behind that desk, the individual that you saw at Elysium, that was sitting next to the Keeper of Elysium, whom you didn't leave when you left. Hello, welcome.
You walk in 2 forms.
And he just looks at you without answering, just tilting his head, and then gestures to there's like a seat on the other side of the desk that he's at.
She'll walk over there, pull it out, sit. I assume you are Mercurius.
Yes. And you are interested in learning.
Yes. More than anything, really.
You're not from Rome. Where were you inducted into our ranks?
Were you there when we fed on the antediluvian?
He doesn't say anything. He's just looking at you.
I wasn't there at Ground Zero. However, a few days afterwards, I was changed.
So you've been around a while.
2 centuries. I'm a child compared to many that walk the streets in the city.
As a child, where is your sire?
She departed many years ago. Hunters.
Hmm.
I used their blood in many poultices afterwards.
Good for you.
And she'll just slide her hand up that staff and flick a jawbone.
There's a slight hint of a smile. Well, you're welcome to, I think we're referred to currently as the Mysteries of Dionysus. If you're here for learning, we can provide, though there is a price.
As with all things,
The price is loyalty. It says, and he holds a hand out towards you.
I'm aware of this sullen dance. And yeah, she'll take a drop.
Yep. So you regain a point of blood and 1 level of a blood bond with Mercurius. Actually, 2 levels, right? Because you're Tremere.
Mm-hmm.
Tremere immediately jumped
Yeah.
to level 2.
Yep. You feel that.
That's their clan flaw. Is they blood bond fast.
I'm just double checking because I know that's it in modern. I want to make sure that it wasn't different
It's
in
well.
Dark Ages.
Yeah, the first draft of blood that Tremere consumes counts as 2 with the purposes of establishing a bond.
Yep. You feel so you gain a point of blood. Or you gain a point of blood. And as he pulls his hand back, and you feel that sort of magical essence flowing into you, that sort of colors your vision a little bit. You see him produce a syringe. Loyalty takes many forms. We also like to take a vial for safekeeping.
Or see this being used to put me down. Know that I am no dog. And she'll just pull her.
You are a member of our family and a fellow seeker on the path of mystery and power. We would never have the discourtesy to treat you like a dog. But because we all seek power, assurances have to be made.
Unspoken statement. We like our dogs.
And the point that you just, the point of blood you just got, you will now lose, as he will take it back and put it into a vial. Puts the vial on a shelf, and
she blinks after like looking at him for the first time after actually drinking and then giving blood, and her eyes have gone from her dark brown into a tinted red.
And now he puts the vial on the shelf, and before you can you sort of blink and it's gone. That vial will be transported to a safe place, and it will be housed in the very same place my vial of blood is. You and I share this as do many others. And as we share this loyalty, we now will share knowledge. What knowledge do you seek? And we can go ahead and skip past two. You can now spend your experience to gain rituals. You now have a mentor in Mercurius.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Kara,
Yes.
are you hunting for anything in particular, or in any particular location?
I think in this particular case, she's hunting in a particular style, which is to say, she's aiming to be a little bit more direct and go for the more traditional ambush hunting method of finding a quiet spot in the shadows that is lightly trafficked, wait for someone to be alone, swipe, take a drink, leave them unable to remember the experience. And she only needs to do that twice at the moment.
Alrighty. As I spin through the book again, because I should just bookmark hunting, the rules for hunting.
Hunting on page 334.
What for?
334.
Thank
Yep,
you.
there it is.
Yep.
All right. So in that particular case, we're going to have it be a dexterity and stealth, difficulty 5.
All right. Dexterity stealth to 5. I'll put a willpower into this because I could definitely use a little bit of extra blood. One success.
So +1. So you are able to get 2 points of blood off of this first
Yay.
batch of hunting.
Yay.
Are you continuing to hunt?
She'll try one more time.
All right. Let me know dexterity stealth, difficulty 6 this time. Because the longer you hunt in the same area, the more difficult it gets.
There we go.
You are able to get 4 more points of blood.
And that's all she needs.
All right. Anais, while following the car around, are you also hunting or are you just watching?
I am not. This is entirely recon.
All right. It's you. Your obfuscate. How long did your obfuscation last?
As long as it needs to.
Yeah, as long as she doesn't do anything to disrupt it.
Yeah. So
Correct.
because it is impossible for Kara to know that you're nearby unless you actively let her know, you have no you have no difficulty following her around.
Yeah, she doesn't have aspect. She can't attempt to actively see through it.
Nope.
Don't mind me. I'm just doing my thing. This
just
is
for shits and
entirely
giggles,
benevolent.
just for shits and giggles, go ahead and give me a. We're gonna make it a shadowing roll. So dexterity and stealth, difficulty 3.
Don't botch this.
Yeah, functionally don't botch.
Listen, if anybody can botch a 5 dice
3.
roll with at difficulty 3,
I believe in you, Jeremy.
It's not like we're alone.
yeah, I don't give a shit. I'm spending willpower.
Fair.
It's not
This
like
is
we're alone in a
significant
creaky
enough.
house.
Yeah,
We're
this is significant enough for Anais that she is trying extra hard.
Yeah.
5 successes.
Oh yeah.
Easily continue to be quiet.
Yep.
So quiet, in fact, that you are still around when a crow lands near Kara after she has escaped from her most recent feeding.
Yep.
A crow that make me a perception and awareness roll for Anais.
Okay. Standard diff.
Mm-hmm. 6.
Just 1.
1 success. A crow that you notice has 6 eyes. 3 on each side.
Occult?
Intelligence occult.
occult?
Yep, intelligence occult.
What difficulty?
This will be diff 6.
Okay. 3 successes.
3 successes.
Because
Definitely.
I know creepy Omi shit.
Yeah. Definitely not a normal crow. Some sort of possession. Something is in that crow, which is causing it to manifest these extra eyes. You're not sure what. You'd have to interface with the crow directly to learn that.
But it is a normal bird that is possessed, as opposed to
correct.
something that is taking a crow's form, or some weird, shall say, flesh crafted monstrosity or anything like that.
Yeah, you're pretty certain no Shamasei is this subtle. At least not that you've ever heard of.
That's fair.
And yeah, no, this is something. This is was a normal crow that has been modified.
Got it.
By something inside it.
Okay.
Yeah, and so the two of them lock eyes and start conversing in bird tongue.
You had asked for what was it specifically that you had asked for?
To investigate the napalm trap ahead and see if he can find anything out about who set it. And why, potentially.
Your little birdie has come calling.
It is good to see you again, Misfortune. As strange as the sentence may sound.
The trap, as it were, far less obvious than a trap. It's not some sort of tripwire aiming to ignite the first person to pass by. It's something of a workshop. Seems to be a group of individuals, none of whom, let's say, would be averse to seeing daylight. Manufacturing something incredibly beautiful smelling. And particularly viscous.
They make it there, or they're attempting to trap whoever owns the workshop.
I'm pretty confident they're putting it together.
Interesting. A place to manufacture such caustic chemicals.
Or at the very least to assemble.
Can you identify visually the building?
Of course.
Could you describe it to me?
The crow describes a building that is identical to several rows of buildings that you've seen in this town.
Any distinguishing features?
None. Other than the smell.
Aside from the scent?
The smell is the one.
Well, we have a general region and a notable smell distinguishing a building from its neighbors. That should be enough for those who follow me to go off of.
Do be careful. I'd hate to lose that favor.
Then you'd best make sure I don't die too soon.
It's not how the game works. And then it caws and flies off.
With her need for blood satisfied and nothing more immediate until someone decides to contact her and ask for information, she'll make her way back to her place of rest.
Right. Anaya, so you continuing to follow?
Until this bitch is sitting down somewhere, clearly settled in. Yes.
All right. Well, then, as the two of you make your way towards the Trevi Fountain, that's where we were going to go ahead and take our break for the evening. Those of you that are watching live, please stay tuned for these commercial messages. Remember, when we take our break, you take yours. So stand up, stretch your legs, move around, and do whatever you need to do. And we'll be back in just a few minutes. And we're back. A dinosaur story. Hi, Kentos.
Yeah,
What you doing?
heading back to the apartment.
All right.
I want to talk to my ghoul.
You head back. You find Alexandru. Uh, what was the last thing you told him to do?
I don't think I told him to do anything recently.
Okay. In that case, you find him just cleaning the house. Basically, he's just doing basic like busy work.
Alexandra,
Yes.
I'm hearing rumors that Galen either is or will soon be in Rome.
He's just staring at you, waiting for an order.
I want to know all of the rumors. And I am, and to that end, I would like you to keep an ear out. Perhaps you can hear something that I can't be near.
I will gather information for you.
I don't want to be surprised.
He nods.
Oh.
He's waiting to see if there's anything else.
Hyacinth just sort of stares into space for a moment. Why is he coming to Rome?
I don't know. Do you want me to go now?
No hurry.
Okay. He gets back to cleaning.
He could be up to anything. You never know. Hyacinth is just going to spend a while worrying about what this vampire's plans might be.
And then sleep, or are you going back out again tonight?
Yeah, probably.
That
He doesn't sleep in the apartment though.
okay. Yeah, sorry. I gave you two options, and then you said yeah, probably, and they were not mutually exclusive. They were not options you can do simultaneously.
He doesn't sleep in the apartment, so he will be going back out again, but like not to do stuff.
Okay, cool. So then we go to Sabina and Luciana.
Yep.
How are you intending to look for an ice?
All right. Well, first she's thinking. She double checks with Sabina. So you did not see her. You did not see Anais. Can't talk. You did not see Anais at all.
No, the only when Kara left Elysium, I saw that there was a lot of things happening at once, and I was sort of focused on where Kara was going, but I heard you and her having a conversation. I didn't see her after that.
She went after Kara though. She seemed to be concerned. The fact that Kara was leaving.
All right.
That's why I just find it odd that you didn't see her out here.
No. Remind me, Jeremy, like because Kara or sorry, Anais has done like the obfuscate following thing once before. I don't remember how much I would have noticed that before because it was when we were like investigate the
I don't think you would
entry
have
down
seen
into
it
the okay.
because I had to move away from your field of vision
Got it.
to
Okay.
obfuscate, and then the next time you saw me, I had a hand around my throat and I was
Yes.
visible.
Correct. Okay. All right. Good, good, good.
So
I know.
would Jeremy, would Luciana know that this is a thing that Anais does sometimes?
I think you probably know that she has the ability to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so, because I think mostly if she's ever had to do this kind of thing, it's been for something for Lucretia, and that stuff is kept between me and my sire, because that's her business.
Okay.
You probably know that she can do it, but not necessarily that she does.
Correct. Correct.
Luciana looking at Sabina, where did Kara go?
Down this way. I can show you the alley. There's a strange smell down this way, and we were warned. She was warned not to go closer. I don't think we should. If
Where, like, what was she going to do? Was she going to a specific place?
Kara was just, I think, walking and she ran in down an alley this way. I'm gonna like start leading us that direction, and it's gonna keep explaining.
Okay, yeah,
the
Luciana will be following her.
yeah, there was a vampire huddled down in by the wall right here who was said something about
Are you heading that way while you're talking, or are you just pointing?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to get close. I don't want to go farther than I went before.
Both of you oh, this is roll. Okay, cool. So as you turn a corner, in the middle of
Mhm.
describing, you collide with someone.
Oh.
In the two two people are walking in opposite directions and didn't see each other. Sort of
Yes.
manner. And a voice calls back down to you. Oh, dreadfully. Pardon me. I apologize. I did not see you there. Oh, I see. I have met some of my kindred. And you look up at the person that bumps into you. Tall, olive skin, dark hair, long black hair that sort of comes down in waves on both sides of the face with a very like pointed goatee. Think Dracula as depicted in the Castlevania Netflix series.
Okay.
Looks like that. Dressed in very nice clothes, a number of rings on both hands.
But how far off the chin is the knife-like goatee?
Oh, it's like a good 6 inches.
Cool.
Oh wow. Okay.
Very Dracula.
Yeah. And as this person like sort of helps you to your feet, both of you find this person seems particularly alluring's not the right word, but it's the sort of person that like just glancing at them for one moment is enough for you to be like, I need to know this person.
Okay.
It's very it's whether or not you are physically attracted to this person, they seem particularly intriguing. As they help you to your feet. My apologies. I was
I'm so sorry.
not a problem.
Just
I was told Elysium was nearby. I am new to town and have not been around here for many years. I was wondering if perhaps you might be able to point the way for me.
Yeah, we're just coming from there. Would you like us to show you?
Please, it would be absolutely a pleasure. Your names?
I am Luciana Borgia.
Ah,
Sabina.
my lady. And he'll reach out and take your hand, Luciana, if you'll allow it.
Mm-hmm.
He'll very low bow, kiss the back of your hand. A pleasure to meet one of the Borgias. I am a wandering physician, coming to offer my services. You may call me Galen. It's a pleasure to meet you.
I knew it. I knew it.
Has Luciana heard this name before?
I don't think so.
Because I think it's just Anais.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah.
either of you.
I mean,
I
and yeah.
don't think either of you have heard this name. No.
Yeah, the only Anais knows that Hyacinthos is worried about the name Galen.
No, Anais is. I don't think Anais is even worried about that. Anais knows that the harpy is
There's-
interested in him.
Yeah.
And there's
for some
some
reason.
sort of
Appreciate
relationship
interested.
between the
That's
two of them.
Correct.
Yeah.
Those two
Mhm.
things are
Yeah.
things are both known.
What social status vibe am I getting off of this guy? He seems very nice and very lovely.
Make a-
But like in relation
Make
to
a
me.
wits politics. Wits politics. Diff 4.
I'm terrible at politics. I don't have a dot in it. Can I still make it?
Yes, you can still make it.
Okay. What was the difficulty?
Diff 4.
Thanks.
Although you don't have a dot. You don't have a dot in politics, so it'll up it to diff
Yeah.
6.
Okay. Diff 6. 2 successes.
2 successes.
How nice is
Higher ranked than you.
Okay. good.
Significantly. Like
Got it.
he doesn't radiate like danger or
Uh-huh.
power. He just seems like a really nice person to be around, and for whatever
Uh-huh.
reason in your brain that just tells you, obviously
Yeah.
higher
His
ranked
clothes
than
are
you.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His clothes are nice. He carries himself well. He speaks well. Like
Okay.
obviously.
And I have a question
well
as
educated.
as a surgeon. Would this name be giving me any more clues
No,
on things? Okay.
There are wandering physicians are a dime a dozen at this point in time.
Okay.
Cool.
Cool. I'm just gonna be quiet and hang back.
But please, ladies, by all means, lead the way.
Yeah, the Luciana will definitely lead the way for him.
I must say, it's my first time being in Rome in many years. It's changed since the last time I was here.
You've been here before?
Oh, yes, but the last time I was here, it was only one hill.
How long ago was that?
You can,
Yeah, long
I know
time
what that
ago.
means, but blank.
You can
Long
make a-
fucking time ago.
you can make an intelligence history check.
Academics.
History is not on the
Don't
sheet.
think-
Yeah.
You're
Sorry,
thinking
academics.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah, academics. Yes.
I don't have academics.
So
It's
It would be
fine,
diff 5. It's diff 7 if you don't have academics.
It's fine. She like honestly, she's just slightly infatuated right now, and it doesn't matter like what she's saying. She's just trying to talk to him.
Yeah, yeah.
Where's oh, there it is. You said diff 7.
Yeah.
If I don't have academics, yeah. Oh, 1 success.
You know it was before Christianity was a thing.
Mm-hmm. So he's older than me. Yeah.
He's
A little
older,
bit.
He's older than Christianity at the very least.
I mean, that just makes it hotter.
Yeah.
But yeah, he will engage. He asks about the nightlife. There's what's interesting to do in the city. If how long y'all have been here. Obviously, the Borgia he suspects has been here for a bit longer, but and he will engage in pleasant conversation the entire way towards Elysium. How much you feel inclined to speak to him, but you do not have to. You are not made to speak to him. He's just a very easy to talk to person.
Luciana is flirting with him the entire way,
Make
Okay.
make
which will only end well for her.
make me an appearance and expression roll.
Okay.
Diff 6 standard diff.
So good.
I feel like I need to make an empathy check to see if I'm picking up on you're trying to do something here.
Wherever Anais is in this moment, she's like, all right, is this headache because I have
Lot
a
of
vision
successes.
coming, or is it because Luciana is doing something dumb?
Okay, no,
Hey, she didn't know who Galen was.
sure. Wits and empathy if you want.
Okay.
Sabina. Div 6.
Div 6. Okay. A success.
Very,
All right.
Very easy to tell that Luciana is very successfully flirting with this man.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, I'm gonna if he asks me a direct question, I'm answering it, but yeah, I'm gonna let
Withdraw
her
from this
what she wants.
conversation.
He's
I'm
doing his
being quiet.
He is doing his best to engage with both of you. He is splitting
okay.
his attention evenly between.
I know, but I don't want her to make her mad at me.
Not getting in the
I'm
way.
sort of splitting the
Fair.
the attention here, so I'm being quiet.
Though, even though he is splitting his attention between the two of you, it never feels like either one of you are being neglected in the conversation. He's
Okay.
very good at sort of bouncing back and forth.
He has lots of practice.
And probably several dots of this one social discipline whose name I can never remember.
Presence.
Presence, yeah.
Yeah, no, that he's definitely got at least one of them active right now.
No.
Oh, 100%.
Bold
But I'll give
bold of you to assume only one.
I'd bet dollars to donuts we've got all up.
But yeah, you lead him down. You lead him across to St. Peter's Basilica and down the stairs. He introduces him. He stops to introduce himself to the bum guarding the door. Very.
Oh,
very,
that's really nice of him.
He's very clearly not fully aware of the social structure in Rome. But also it doesn't seem particularly out of character for him to say hello to the person guarding the door. He does, oddly to the two of you, he does also give a little wave to the grotesques on top of the building.
I know one of them is up there.
I don't think Luciana caught that they were up there.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Until just now. But yeah, there's some grotesques on top of the building.
Oh.
He waves to them for some reason.
That's great.
And yeah, you take him down into Elysium. Do you want to spend more time with him, or do you want to go back to hunting down Anais?
I almost feel like I have to roll for that. She's gonna hang out there for a few minutes, see what he needs there.
So Anais, you head back to Luciana's place.
Yep.
You're let in.
Yep.
What you doing there?
I'm waiting for Luciana.
How long are you going to wait? All night?
Yeah.
All right.
You have a room
Unless I
there.
am called. Yeah, exactly.
Fair.
Unless I am called back by my sire.
Fair.
I have no reason to go to my own home over this.
Make a willpower roll, Luciana. Standard difficulty 6.
No.
This is going to see how long it takes for you to disengage from the conversation.
Wait, how do I roll willpower on this?
On the dice pool page, there's a thing where your temporary willpower is.
Yeah.
You can roll off of there.
Yep. Dice pool, send rolls to, and underneath that, temp willpower.
Where? Okay, I'm sorry, I'm just not seeing.
It's the second from the left option under other dice pools.
Under dice.
Can I also roll for this just
Sure.
to see how? Because I feel like I'm a little bit less she's trying to be
right.
less engaged in the conversation, just because the social dynamics. So I'm gonna give myself I'll spend a willpower on this.
1 success.
But that's so that's not a botch.
No, it's just
At
failure.
least.
You are, Sabina, you're trying to stop from being engaged. You don't want to step between Luciana, but you just find yourself enraptured by this individual.
Wow.
And
Okay.
you completely lose track of time.
Okay. Oh boy.
Luciana, it's about an hour before you realize that you've been spending longer in this conversation than you meant to.
Okay.
And you've no idea where to even start looking for Anais anymore. You almost you kind of forgot that you were supposed to be looking for Anais through this conversation.
Yeah.
It's fine. Invite him back.
But after about an hour, you do have the ability to disengage from the conversation at that point.
Did he mention what he's doing there, or that he just?
Make me a intelligence and make it a, let's see. Actually, it's going to be a wits and alertness roll. Difficulty 9.
Ooh.
Oh, I'm not going to do well on this. Yeah, 0 successes.
You, throughout this entire conversation, you have learned almost nothing about him of substance, and you find you don't care. For whatever reason, you just don't mind that you haven't learned you've learned basically nothing about him. He's just nice to talk to.
A little bit longer than you thought you would. That's
Okay,
all.
well, yeah, after an hour, she will excuse herself.
Of course. I'm sorry to have kept you so long. It's so lovely having conversation with you, though.
Really nice to meet you.
Absolutely.
He'll take your hand one more time, kiss the back of it. Please, if you are in need of any assistance, do feel free to find me at any point.
And where could I find you?
And I may be hanging around Elysium, but if you happen to bump into me on the streets, or simply, and he'll sort of like reach up and just like brush the back of his fingers across one cheek. The perfume you're wearing will lead me to you, certainly.
It's completely
Fucking
yeah.
guy. This fucking guy.
This guy. We can see where
No,
Kate just gets it from.
Hey,
Aw.
don't bitch too hard, Jack. This sounds like this is your fault.
Yeah.
So
Sabina will just
this is
like
peak Toreador. I remember playing Alexander and having these exact motions.
It is. Yep.
Sabina hears Luciana just let out like a girlish giggle at the
Oh
that you would
my
not heard.
fucking god.
And then she'll kind of just like grab Sabina and like float out of there.
We found Alexander's ancestor.
Probably yes, actually. Like legitimately, probably a few steps up the bloodline.
As I recall, Alexander also kind of looks like Dracula from Castlevania.
Yes, legitimately, because I based him on the vampire count from the card game, the fantasy card game whose name I never remember.
Yeah. Anyways,
Bean will go along with you.
where are you heading to now as you float out of Elysium?
Yeah, like when she gets out of there, she's like, "Oh, right."
It is like at this point, it's a couple hours before dawn.
Shadowverse.
Oh,
that
no.
was the game.
Okay, well, I'll worry about Anais tomorrow. I'm just gonna go back to my place. You're welcome
Okay.
to come if you want to, Sabina.
Is this enough time to go hunting? Because I need to
You have
make
enough
sure I
time
have
for
blood.
you may have enough time for one hunt roll, depending on how you want to do it.
Okay. All right. Oh. I'll walk you to your door, and then I'll see you tomorrow night.
Okay. Sounds good.
He was very nice.
He was, yeah.
You seem to get along with you.
Yeah, we did.
Very charming.
She's kind of quiet most of the way back.
Okay.
All right. You drop Luciana off, and you head out to hunt. Serena.
Mhm.
I keep saying Sabina, and I think that's correct. Yes,
It's
it is.
Sabina.
Sorry.
Yes.
For some reason, my brain was telling me no, it's Sabian, and I don't know why. I don't know where Sabian came from.
I want
That's
to call you
my.
Sabrina.
We have a town near us that's Sabina, and it's spelled the exact same way.
Sabina. Come on down to Sabina.
Yep.
Anyways. Where are you going to hunt?
I'm going to hunt. I'm going to do my regular
So,
rounds with my
Vina,
herd.
You will be spending the night at the Chantry.
Okay.
Because you're learning rituals.
Unsurprising.
Or spending the day, rather. Sorry, what was that, Amara?
I'm going to be hunting among my herd.
Okay.
So
go
doing my
ahead.
rounds.
In that case, go ahead and give me how are you you're just doing medical checkups?
Yes, yeah. I'm basically visiting my patients and I'm siphoning off of them. They need bloodletting. All of them. Every single one of them.
Yep. So then intelligence and medicine. Difficulty with bonus die equal to your herd. Difficulty 4.
Can I make the case for, because my intelligence is not my best skill, for well, no, I'll do intelligence. That works.
It's medicine, so
sense.
it's
Yeah.
either
Yeah.
it's intelligence,
medicine.
If it was like emergency surgery, it would be wits, but it's intelligence because it's a regular thing.
Okay, all right. Medicine, and you said
Diff
4.
Because it's your herd, and it's a regular thing you do.
Yes. Okay. 4 successes.
You're able to get 4 points of blood.
Awesome. I am feeling good then. Oh, you know what? I actually wasn't down any blood because of the blood fountain. That's right.
That count the blood that you spent to heal your wounds?
Yes, it does. Because I used 2 to heal my wounds.
That would have been replaced by the 2 that you got from the fountain, but you still needed 1 more to wake up, so you should at least be down 1.
Did I eat at the beginning of the night though? I think I must have. Because I don't.
Maybe that was it.
Yeah, I'm not down any blood.
Well, you just get some excess.
Yeah.
You revel in your excess.
Yes. Well, then I would head straight back home actually, because I wanted to do some stuff.
All right. Yeah, straight back home.
Yeah. I'm going to check on my proto ghoul and make it a full ghoul.
Okay. You can make him a full ghoul easily enough. You have your revenant
2 more
assistant.
blood?
Yep. 2 more blood.
Yep.
And you got your revenant assistant there to
So now I'm down. But I don't think I have enough time to go hunting.
Maybe one of the other.
So I've got my nice ghoul. I want to know what his name is.
Would you like to designate a name for him, or do you want him to use what his formerly human name was?
No, I want to know what his name was.
Okay.
I might rename him, but I want to know what it was.
Hang on. His name was Nincio.
Yeah.
Nincio. Nencio.
Well, Nencio. This is the beginning. You're feeling better now.
Better's a strong term.
You're feeling better now.
He's feeling better now.
That wasn't an observational statement. That was a declarative statement.
Yeah, it was an observational statement that makes that feel better.
Yep.
And I'm going to inform Caius of some of the things I've learned about. Principally the information about there's a Templar group. They may be on the watch for the Countess to come into town. So to be aware of that danger. And she is also going to that was the main one I wanted to pass along. Yeah.
All right.
And then she is going to go out into an alley and summon some cats, I think. Let's get some cats up in here. I want to set some animals around the house on the outside because it's just Caius in there right now. And he is just one set of eyes. Let's get some
Let's-
more eyes.
Caius and now Nuncio.
Yes, this is true. But it's a big house.
Fair.
There are a lot of dangers out in the world.
What ability are you using?
I'm using animalism, Call the Wild.
All right.
So I have to spend. So I'm looking for cats, which are.
And roll Charisma Survival Diff 6.
Yes. Charisma Survival Diff. Survival. Diff 6. Okay.
And how many cats?
Well, how many I get depends on the successes.
Yeah. I mean, you can
Or
also
call them
you can specify if you're unless you're just going cats.
I'm just trying to get a. I think
You're just out there going and seeing what shows up.
5. I
Okay.
feel like more than that, it's gonna get too obvious. I don't want it to be an obvious number of like animals hanging around, because that starts to draw attention.
All right.
So that's what I'm aiming for. A success.
You get one cat.
Not great. Okay. Well, that's a start. Well, we got 3 sets of eyes
You
in
go
the day.
hoping for like 5 cats, and then just like one orange cat just like pokes his head around the corner at you.
All right. I'm gonna lock eyes with that. And I'm going to tell it that it's going to get a steady source of food if you just stay around this building and scratch on the door if you smell something sharp. I'm going to try and describe the smell of gunpowder to this cat. I don't know how successful that's going to be, but I'm attempting to like get it to watch out for Templars.
What's an expression? Difficulty
Okay.
8.
Or potentially animal can.
Yeah, or do you want me to do the manipulation animal can to get the to command it?
Yeah, we'll do manipulation animal can.
Okay.
It'll be you're still trying to describe what gunpowder it smells like to a cat with no examples around. So it's gonna be a higher difficulty.
Okay. So normally it'd be a 5.
So yeah, we made a 7
Okay.
to describe what gunpowder smells like.
All right. I'm gonna spend a willpower on this one.
All right.
So that's 2 successes.
2 successes is enough. All right, you successfully described gunpowder. The
Cool.
orange cat.
Successes buys the animal's loyalty for a couple of days, a day or so.
The cat's response is largely, "What? So you mean if I just stand out here and smell for stuff and scratch your door, you gonna feed me?"
Yes.
Fucking hell! All right, let's do it. I've decided orange cats are Cockney.
I feel like this cat might stick around longer than that.
Yeah, I mean, like
Cats can be bought.
yeah, like the
Perfect.
role only guarantees the results of the discipline. Afterwards, if he just likes the deal he's got, he might just keep it up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is can speak from recent personal experience.
You've recently enchanted a cat to stay around, and they've just hung around afterwards.
No, we just gave it food, and
Yeah,
it
now
is
you're stuck
here.
with it.
It was here regularly until there's a whole story behind it.
Mm.
But
Anyways,
Yep, that's it for me.
Luciana, you get home.
Mm-hmm.
Anais is waiting for you, apparently.
yep,
Well, the good news is
In the
she's
front-
a-
in the front, in wherever the usual hangout room is, just casually reading one of your books.
Okay, well, question then. Is she in like the living room, or is she in Luciana's room?
Honestly, probably Luciana's room.
Because that's where Luciana's going at this point.
Yeah.
It's just like, well, the good news is she is in a lot better mood than she was before.
Make a
Man, you're
There you
easy
go.
pleased.
make a wits and empathy roll, Anais, as Luciana walks in the room.
Do, 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 do. 2 successes.
This bitch smells like hormones.
Yeah. You have boring books.
Nice. She's still basically just floating through
Yeah.
the room.
Mhm.
Starts just
What
brushing her hair.
happened to you?
Really quickly, Luciana, make a willpower roll.
Okay.
Diff 9.
Oh, okay. Wait, how do I do?
You do not. You have more than one willpower.
Yeah, hold
you've got
on.
it.
I
You
did
rolled
not do
temp
this
willpower,
right.
roll permanent willpower.
Roll your
Where's-
permanent willpower.
Okay.
Oh,
How
that's
do I
right.
set the difficulty on this though?
The
Where it says
number is the
6?
difficulty.
Yeah, where it says 6, change
So
it to 9.
click the up or down, or just type in 9.
Okay, I will. No, stop that. No. It keeps going up.
Hearing you interact with Roll20 is always funny.
Going up is what it is.
No, it went up to 14. It's not at
1.
14.
You got a
There
you go.
success.
All right, you got
Yes,
one success.
there.
One success means. Hang on, let me double check something real quick.
You're about to have a crash.
About to recover from the presence that was used on you.
Okay, yeah. One success means that you can talk about Galen freely if you so desire.
Okay.
Oh.
What was the question? Was it what happened to you?
Yes.
Okay. Well, and she's like brushing her hair and she's like humming as she's doing
Recognize that power now.
it. Well, I was gonna look for you and I was pretty pissed, but everything's okay now.
Why?
I met the hottest guy.
Bitch got struck by majesty.
I'm sorry. The book gets thrown aside. Like literally against the wall. I'm sorry. What?
Also, I don't think you've ever seen her like this before.
No.
I was gonna look for you and then I literally just bumped into this guy and I took him to what's that place called? Oh,
Elysium.
Elysium.
Mhm.
I took him to Elysium and yeah, I was just talking to him for a while.
What is wrong with you?
What are you talking about?
Luciana. Darling. Dearest. When have you ever given a shit about that kind of thing? You're a vampire.
Yeah, so's he.
We have so much in common.
So much.
Exactly.
Who is this?
He said his name is Galen. It's waiting for this.
The wandering physician. He said he'd recognize me by
Snap
my
the
perfume.
fuck out of it.
I love the look on Jeremy's
Hey.
face.
Jeez, why can't you just be happy for me?
I don't believe that I am the person that has to inform you of this. You are a Borgia. If
Yeah.
a vampire is being nice to you, if a normal person, if a kind is being nice to you, it's because they're trying to use you for something.
I know, but he was different.
No, he was not. He was not.
How do you know? You don't even know him.
Well, for starters, I know that my sire, your cousin, wants to investigate him.
Okay, like what kind of investigation?
I am supposed to find out every bit of information I can about him, and there is a connection to Hyacinthos. I don't know the details yet.
Now that
Okay.
Luciana's slowly becoming more
So-
Valley Girl.
I want you to think about something here for a second.
Uh-huh.
Is there anything historically in the world after I have pissed you off that can calm you down other than time?
I mean well, this is different.
Why?
I
Think. Use those dead brain cells that you have. Sorry, that dead brain that you have, because we don't know what cells are yet.
No.
I don't know. I'm
If
in a
he
better
is
mood, okay?
connected,
I haven't
if
been
he is
feeling great
connected
lately.
to,
I'm in a good mood now. Why can't you just be okay with this?
if he is connected with Galen, that means and Lucretia is wants information about him. That means he is very significant. That means he is a vampire.
Yeah.
Vampires can do things that affect your mind.
Yeah, I'm not an idiot.
Are you certain? Because right now I'm questioning it after years of evidence to the contrary.
Okay, you're starting to piss me off again. I was
Good.
doing better. And I'm allowed to have a crush on someone, okay?
No, you're not.
Excuse me?
If you have a crush on someone, that is a weakness that can be exploited.
You didn't meet him, you weren't there.
Also, for the players' edification, he got enough successes on his entrancement of you for you to be completely enthralled by him for a year. So, continue.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah, entrancement. Majesty was involved,
Yeah.
but entrancement
Is-
was the one.
Is that primarily on Luciana, or is that I'm also
Oh, no.
affected by that?
Both of you.
Okay. Cool.
Good. Be angry. Because
She is still brushing her hair and humming to herself.
I cannot believe that I am the person that has to teach you this. You don't care. Certainly, you don't care for random people that you encounter who you are suddenly weirdly besotted with.
He was really charming.
This is Rome. Every vampire, not every, but most of them, are really charming.
No, not all of them.
Not
I've
all of them.
been with some horrible ones.
That's fair. But most of them are. All right, well, we will deal with this clusterfuck of an issue later.
You can give me nice. You can give me a wits and occult roll.
Okay.
Diff 6.
Wits. Cult diff 6. Nope.
Yeah, no. You're
Damn one.
definitely something, but you're not sure what.
Right. Yeah. No, legit.
It's fine. I'm sure like you'll meet him at some point and you'll understand.
Sure. I'm positive that will happen. Anyways, well, you were off having pleasant conversations.
Hey, I was about to look for you because you did disappear. By the way,
I did.
she started brushing your hair at this point.
Shoves it off.
Fine, whatever.
Well, you're having whatever fantasies you were having in your head mid-conversation with person you just met. I was trying to make sure that our Armanes was behaving. Remember, that's the thing we're supposed to be caring about?
Yeah, I know. And you told me to wait in there to speak with Lucrezia, which well not Luke but the keeper, which I did.
Correct. Good. How did that go?
Okay, so we can't actually see the bones, but they can give us like their report on it and the information. Pushing it further would have not ended well.
Fair enough.
And I could have used your help with that, by the way.
I mean, I did not think that it was going to take as long. It did. So that's fair. But I'm sure you did fine.
All right, what'd you find out about Kara?
Well, he has some relationship that I cannot quite yet figure out with some spiritual entity.
Okay.
Some servant of some kind, I assume, or some something made a deal with, I don't know. Whatever it is, it has the capacity to possess animals. So that's good to know.
Mm-hmm.
I know that, well, I know for tonight at least. If she's smart, she changes it up. But I know for tonight where she's sleeping.
Where's she sleeping tonight?
Blah.
It's the Water City, the
Yeah.
underneath the Treasure Fountain.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Vicus Caprarius.
Yeah.
It's a big place and easy to get lost in if you don't know where you're looking.
hard to get into in the first place. You got to shift the whole ass rock to get into it.
Yep. Or be able to squeeze. I mean, there's water in there, so I assume there's some small, maybe just head-sized hole big enough to get in.
Oh yeah.
I know that, as far as I am aware, she cannot sense at least certain levels of obfuscation. Because I followed her around the entire night.
That's why Sabina didn't see you.
Yes. I think I'm just gonna drop I'm going to recount the conversation.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
With the Malkavian and Sabina and the whole thing. It perhaps was not as productive as I was hoping. But still stuff to be known.
Mm-hmm.
You recount the question from Sabina of how old Kara is.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yes. She's about 650, I think she said.
That's a bit older than both of us.
Oh. Still very much younger than Galen though.
Oh yeah. No, like Galen is older than Hyakintos.
I'm more than twice as old as Kara.
Yeah.
But age is just a state of mind anyways. So what's next?
I mean, wait
That
for the report.
involve Galen and your bourgeois.
Okay, I was moving past that, okay? Waiting for the report. Beyond that,
oh yeah, that's the one very relevant detail that I will make sure gets mentioned. Which
what?
is that Kara believes that we are just trying to position her at particular people. So that the curse
kind of
goes
true.
off.
I mean,
That's kind of what I'm supposed to do.
That's kind of what we were told to do, yes.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that's what we're...
I mean, I would honestly like to do some more investigation into these hunters that are running around, but at the same time we have to do it really carefully so we don't end up as prey.
There are ways. We need to get one alone.
Also,
beyond that,
remember your original mission, which was specifically to point Kara at a Salubri, who you still have no information on.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yes, beyond that, I need to get information on Salubri that I'm supposed to point Kara at.
Jeez. The Salubri has to be... I feel like, and I may be entirely wrong here, but I feel like I know that even though they're operating separately, the fact that the Salubri is in town suddenly, we assume, and the hunters have stepped things up. I know there was some connection between their goals or something like that. That was mentioned,
killing vampires.
but it feels like it's been been weeks ago, even though it's only been a few days.
The only goals that you've heard anything about was the vampire hunters, the Knights
Yes.
Templar. You haven't actually heard any. There was a person with the Knights Templar that had a headband, but you haven't
It was a
actually
red herring.
you haven't actually confirmed any information about the Salubri yet, other than that they're in the city.
I mean, Salubri are manipulators. They are soul devourers. They are possibly infernalists. All of these things.
Lots
They have
of
a goal. It might be
investigation.
connected. They might be manipulating these hunters.
Okay.
But that's me trying to tie things together so it can be all nice and neat, and I don't know that it's going to be nice and neat. I don't know how to go about finding one Salubri who doesn't want to be found,
Right.
other than speak with the Nosferatu.
I would also like tomorrow night to get the whole group together so we
Okay.
can talk about all of this and see if anyone else has ideas or anything that they want to pursue that could possibly assist. So
Mm-hmm. You need to come up with a plan on how to get Kara to cooperate. I know you don't like her.
no, I do agree.
I don't like her either.
And I appreciate that. But she's a hard one.
There's a lot of people, yes. But there's a lot of people that we don't like that we have to work with. It's nothing new.
You're a hard one.
I also don't
Mr.
What?
Grinch.
I also don't trust not Sabina, sorry. I also don't trust Vina at all.
I don't trust
I don't
anyone
know.
that's not in this room. So
I don't know a lot about her. Well, no, I mean, yeah, but I can work with Sabina and
Hyacinth.
Hyacinth. I'm afraid to ask.
And you've got no
Hyacinth.
reason to not trust Galen, obviously.
Um,
Very trustworthy, very charming.
He's leaving him out of the conversation right now because it's pissing off Ananias.
Sabina is trustworthy because as far as we can tell, she doesn't know anything, so she's easy to manipulate.
Yeah.
Hyacinthos, I'm now curious about this new information, but
I don't.
Hyacinthos, I understand.
Yeah, I don't trust him, but I can work with him.
Yes.
And he doesn't
I
make me want to
understand, and
gouge my own eyes out. So
I appreciate Hyacinthos's mindset as near as he lets it be known. I don't like Kara just because we can't control her.
I don't like Gara. I don't like her attitude. I don't like anything about her. I will do my best to work with her though. All right.
Every time, all I'm going to say is every time it is clear that you are angry at what she's doing, she's just going to know how to get to you.
I will try to control my anger. Okay.
And yes, Vina, I don't trust in the slightest because Vina will not reveal anything. Has yet
I
to
also
volunteer a
don't-
single detail.
Yeah, I don't know anything about Vina.
Yes, that's the problem.
Yeah.
The only person who knows anything about Vina is the person you hate and don't want to talk to.
Yep.
I didn't say I don't want to talk to you. I am very happy to talk to you. I just don't think you're going to like it.
Thank you for all your
Wait,
help.
wait.
What?
Out of character confirmation. Did I, during Lucretia's conversation with me, wasn't there something said about Vina being talking with the Tremere or the wizards or something
Yes.
like that?
Yeah.
It was mentioned that she was talking with the Tremere.
So, one thing that my beloved sire did mention, Vina was having a conversation with the local Tremere. Whether that's
Right.
because he has business with them or what, I don't know. But that might be a way to learn more about her or get her to drop a detail.
Yeah. No, it's good information. Thank you.
Of course. I know some of the things I do annoy you, but understand I am doing it because it is trying to help us.
I know. I am sorry. I'm easily angered. But
We're kindred. That's just our very nature.
I don't think I could do this without you.
Well, you don't have to, so we're fortunate. Anyway, I am about what time is it at this point?
An hour to sunrise.
That's enough time. I actually have some business to do. I will see you tomorrow.
All right. Be careful.
Of course, always. And I'm heading out.
Right, where you going?
I'm going to mommy's.
All right. Well,
Which
it's,
is
AKA, I'm going to
relatively
go
nearby.
talk to Lucretia.
yeah. Well,
Yeah,
you're already
considering it.
you're already in the Borgia compound, so you just had
Yep.
you take a left and you go down
Yep.
a couple corridors. You don't even have to go outside. And yeah, you can get to Lucrezia's chambers.
Perfect.
She is currently in them.
Okay. I will knock, of course, not just barge in.
Enter.
Walk in.
There is
Mistress?
you walk in on her sitting. She's in like a bathrobe, and sitting on a lounging on some furniture, watching as a pair of blindfolded servants are currently or no, sorry, not blindfolded. It's as a pair of servants are hanging an unconscious male human on a meat hook.
Okay. Yeah, legit.
And as the hook sinks in, there's you would expect a scream, but it's more like just like sort of a groan. And they slice her wrist and begin pouring blood into a goblet for her.
As you do.
Yes, nice.
I have a question if you have a moment about the extra job that you had for me that you
Certainly.
assigned to me.
Certainly.
What exactly do we know about this person so far?
Well, we know he is a particularly old member of our kin, and that one of my what's the word for someone that does the same job as you but somewhere else?
Colleague?
Counterparts?
Counterpart.
A counterpart of mine in Athens is very insistent on finding him. And anything that she wants, I want to know about. And want to know why.
Apparently he was at Elysium tonight.
Intriguing.
He had an encounter with your cousin and Sabina. And suddenly, at least Luciana is being a blithering idiot.
Interesting. How so? Details.
Completely besotted. Doesn't seem to understand that that is a terrible thing.
Huh.
Um,
We've got a charmer on our hands.
we do.
Hmm.
It was on the level that I was quietly starting to wonder if he somehow managed to slip blood into their drinks.
Intriguing.
He was making excuses for him already. Usually that doesn't happen until
Did she mention
later when I see people go dumb.
Did she mention anything about feeding?
No.
Not that he would let her. But he let her talk about her. He let her talk about him. That's unusual.
Well, she
for-
talked about him, yes.
That's unusual for a charmer like that. Okay.
Perhaps he wants to be known.
Interesting. That's a very clever way of introducing himself. I think I like him. Keep gathering information.
Of course.
I'm beginning to see why my counterpart was so interested in him. If someone with that ability to charm someone literally off the street was able to be made to cooperate, just imagine how easy it would be to run a city.
Fair enough.
Do try to not be seen by him, though. Let's not risk you getting the stupids as well.
If that was already the plan. If this person can do this, absolutely not.
Though, if your armament is still being difficult, food for thought.
Fair enough.
Well,
But yes, I thought you'd want to know that.
yes, I did indeed. You've done very
And
well.
keep perhaps it might be worth telling uh, the person in charge whose title I cannot currently remember.
Perfectus.
Perfectus, thank you. Telling the Perfectus that perhaps someone has take what Luciana is saying right now with a pinch of salt
Certainly.
around Galen.
You've done very well. Would you care for a drink? She says, offering you the goblet.
No, I am perfectly fine at the moment. I always appreciate that.
Good work. Keep it up. Let me know if there's any changes.
Of course,
And,
and I'm heading back to my own quarters.
And she will enjoy her Capri Sun.
Yep.
Everyone is sequestered away at their own individual hovels for the evening. So we will. It's all. Go ahead.
I did have one question.
Go ahead.
I wanted to ask Caius, because he has been with Countess Forza for quite a long time, and I don't know how much he knows. I don't know how familiar I am with him. Would I know if he knows a lot of the terms that I have been hearing and do not have context for? Would I have any idea on that?
You wouldn't know if he would know, but you wouldn't be afraid to ask. He's been around for a long time.
I do want to.
Sure.
Yes.
Which terms are you asking about?
All of them. And all of the ones that I do not know of.
He'll tell you that being from Forley, he's not as familiar with some of the terms they use in the city. But he'll let you know. He will translate as much as he can. He gets about 50% of the things that you're hearing. He can probably tell you what they actually mean.
Okay.
be able to answer any of the things about what Kara said that wasn't understood because most of that was
Probably
just
not.
Norse myth.
No, nothing about what Kara said, but about the terminology in Rome, absolutely.
Mhm.
Yeah, he can tell you what a perfectus is, what the various like titles are. Was there something more specific you were looking for within that information?
No, she's mostly trying to get as much off of him as she can. She's kind of angry a little bit about this. It's she's displacing it on him because she can't do it at the Countess. But
Yep.
why didn't I know any of these?
If you weren't told anything, it was likely because the lady did not think it was relevant to your job. That tends to be how she works.
Fine. I want to know the names of the titles. What all the titles mean at Elysium by tomorrow morning. Or by tomorrow night. Sorry. Blech.
Tomorrow morning is in 5 minutes. I don't know if I can talk.
Tomorrow night when I wake.
I will see what I can find.
And I'll need food.
As you
And
wish.
she's going to storm away a little bit.
He's looking at he watched you storm away with the same look that a father would give to his 6-year-old child who is storming away from him. But goes about his business. And as you all turn in for the night, that's where we're going to end for this week. Say bye, everybody.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.